can promise you now, this love that I feel for you always will be. But you're not just time that I'm killing. I'm no longer one of those guys. As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old women sit and talk about old men. If you wonder how long I'll be faithful, I'll be happy to tell you again. I'm gonna love you.
Everybody good? Yeah. Carissa and Chris, we are gathered here to celebrate your marriage. We are here not only to mark the start of your relationship, but to acknowledge and strengthen a bond that has been growing for 5 years. This ceremony, although very small and intimate, is public affirmation of that bond, and we are the lucky ones that get to stand witness and share in your joyous day. I know that you too would like to acknowledge those who cannot be here today, so hopefully I got these names all right. So Carissa, your grandfathers, Neil MacDonald and Arthur Ziegler. Chris, your grandparents, Nan, Matilda Stagg and Cyril Stagg, and Pops Christopher Goodyear. And Chris, your brother-in-law, Brad Mercer, and Carissa, your uncles Kevin and Dale MacDonald. So I'm sure they all are here with us in spirit and are here celebrating the joy that we're having today. So marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of human experience. No ceremony can create your marriage, only you can do that through love and patience, dedication and perseverance, talking and listening, and always believing in each other. A loving marriage is based on shared dreams, hopes, and aspirations for the future. A compassionate marriage gives the opportunity to practice love daily by being gentle, kind, compassionate, and tender with each other's hearts. In a loving and kind marriage, one is promising to cherish and support one another during the good times as well as the challenging times. A good marriage is also about rejoicing at the miracles that love will bring when your hearts remain committed and open to one another over the years. You are linking your lives in the closest possible relationship. Your separate lives with their own memories, hopes, aspirations, and dreams are being merged into one on this important day. You are announcing to the world that you are welcoming and embracing this dynamic partnership for the rest of your lives. So when we cyber chatted recently, and I finally figured out what his accent was. I found out a few things that gave me a little insight into your history as a couple. So that this is your very first time to the Elk Valley, Baines Lake to be exact, but that you wanted to be married in a beautiful mountain town. That you first met in December 2015 through Chris's sister. Is that right? Yeah. That you both love the outdoors, quadding and cooking, and that you have 2 furry kids, Cash and Griffin, who are anxiously awaiting the details of today. Chris, you describe Carissa as loving, caring, positive, and always smiling. And Carissa, you say that Chris is kind-hearted and very positive, and that you, Chris, had a plan in August 2020. When you were out quadding, you got down on one knee and proposed. Now, Carissa said that she was surprised, but she already had bought her dress. So obviously, there was a little indication there. So, as we are here today, I'd like to share some words about where you've been and where you're coming from and where we're headed. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car, over a meal, in a quad, or during long walks. All those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will, you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday, somehow, and maybe, and all those promises that are the unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of love. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it, every word. So right now, look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher. For you have learned much from one another over the past years. Shortly, you will say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life, and things between you will never be quite the same. For after today, you will say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife. So, Carissa, if you could repeat after me. I solemnly declare
I solemnly declare
that I do not know
that I do not know
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why Carissa Rose Ziegler
why Carissa Rose Ziegler
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Christopher Headley Dean Stagg.
to Christopher Headley Dean Stagg.
And Chris, if you could repeat after me. I solemnly declare
I solemnly declare
that I do not know
that I do not know
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Christopher Headley Dean Stagg,
while I, Christopher Headley Dean Stagg,
may not be joined in
may
matrimony
not be joined in matrimony
to Carissa Rose Ziegler.
to Carissa Rose Ziegler.
You fell in love by chance, but you're here today because you're making a choice. You're both choosing each other. You've chosen to be with someone who enhances you, who makes you think, makes you smile, and makes every day just a little bit brighter. You're about to make promises to each other that you intend to keep. You're going to vow to take care of one another, to stand up for one another, and always find happiness with each other. There's a simple premise to each of these promises. You're vowing to be there. You're teaming up and saying to each other, every experience I'm going to have, I want you to be part of it. So you two will now exchange vows, and you can, whoever wants to go first, can go first.
I can go first.
Okay, yeah, I think you're just over there.
Oh, here, I can take the rings if you like.
Well, thank you.
This is definitely mine, but I can put that hand right. All right, here we go. Carissa, aka Dar, aka Hun, aka Honey, aka Sweetheart. For the moment I saw that contagious smile, I knew you had to be mine. After getting to know you, I knew the only thing bigger than that smile was your heart.
Just breathe.
Because you know me better than anyone else, and you still manage to love me. You always put others before yourself, and will always go your way to help someone that needs it, or sometimes someone that don't need it. I also found you had an adventurous and spontaneous side. On your first trip to Newfoundland, you got up at 5 a.m. to go lobster fishing with Uncle Paul for the first time. With rubber clothes on and a jacket that was way too big, but you went anyways. You even got to band a few lobsters. These are treats that we both share, whether it's going out on quad or going for a road trip in the camper. The things I love the most is how we enjoy each other's company. Carissa, I promise to be there through the good times, amazing times, awesome times, but most importantly, the difficult times. I promise to keep the fire bright, hot, and always stoked, and keep the quad full of gas. I promise to love you always without condition. Chris, I love you to the moon and back. I look forward to building a family in the future with you.
My turn?
You can and I haven't run for you.
Okay, Christopher, 5 years ago you captured my heart by being exactly who you are. The sweetest, most loving, kind, and compassionate person I have ever known. You were who you were who you are with me right from the beginning. You have been my best friend through the good and the bad times. You have been the reason that I smile and laugh, and you have given me comfort beyond measure when I have needed it. You have shown me how to love with passion, and most of all with unconditional acceptance. I know that you have always loved me for me. I'm not sure a lifetime is long enough to return all you have given to me, but I promise the rest of my life I'll be trying by your side. Together is my favorite place to be, just the two of us. Together we are better than we could ever hope to be alone. Today I give you my love, I give you my trust and my fidelity forever. I'm thankful that God has brought us here. I love you. Thanks. Thank you.
The ring is an ancient symbol, so perfect and so simple. It has no beginning and it has no end. It is round like the sun, like the moon, and like arms that embrace. It is a circle, for love given truly comes back again and again. Your rings are precious because you wear them with love. They symbolize your commitment in marriage, and they remind you of who you are, where you've been, but most importantly, where you're going. As you wear them through time, they will reflect not only who you are as individuals, but more importantly, who you are as a couple. Come on, get out of there. Let's put that on Chris's hand. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and commitment
and commitment
to our life together.
to our life together.
Would you repeat after me? I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and my commitment
and my commitment
to our life together.
to our life together.
No fingers. There we go.
There you go.
Should we go sign the register?
Yeah.
I think I was more nervous than you were doing.
So if you can sign it right there. And also with.
Oh yeah.
Right there. Yes. There. And this girl right there. And Mackenzie? There. You're not just another pretty face in this equation. And also one more. Right there. Yep. Oops, Amy? I have another pen in here if we lose this one. Right there. And right. Yep. Just
Yeah.
signature.
The chains on the background.
Yeah.
Do you want me to move this for the memory box putting together, or do you want me to leave it there, or what's?
I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. So, Carissa and Chris, you have chosen on your wedding day
Sorry.
to create a memory box.
Sorry, I'm all over the place.
This box contains a bottle of wine and the vows that you have written to each other. The vows represent your commitment to one another. Should you ever find your marriage face hardships, open the box and sit and drink the wine together and read the vows that you wrote to one another that reminded you of why you're here together in the first place. But my wish for you, however, is that you will never have a reason to open this box other than to celebrate your life together. Would you like to, are you putting something in there now, or do you want to do it later?
Yeah, maybe later.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. You say you have a beautiful dress, you're going to show it off. Okay. Okay, so now the big question. Do you, Carissa, welcome Chris as your husband, offering him your love and encouragement, your trust and respect as together you create your future?
Thank you.
Do you, Chris, welcome Carissa as your wife, offering her your love and encouragement, your trust and respect as together you create your future?
I do.
So I know that originally you had intended to be married on December 5th, a bit closer to the date of your 5th year anniversary, and that due to circumstances out of all of our control, you had to change your ceremony to today. I do believe that there is something serendipitous and special about this change. I did a little research into the significance of 12/12, December 12th, and being a spiritual person, I found that this fact that I would like to share with you. According to angel numbers, 12/12 means stepping out of your comfort zone and starting anew in your life. You begin pushing towards something different in your journey. You have this feeling because your soul always knows what is best for you at any given moment. For this reason, your angel message is about having the faith and courage to step into uncharted waters. And as your paths unfold, you will discover what is being revealed is far greater than anything you could have imagined. So trust that you are always safe. So now, as you have made these promises before these witnesses, it is with great pleasure I now pronounce you husband and wife. Chris, you may kiss your bride. So I would like to present to you for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Carissa Stagg. Congratulations.